Good evening, it's Hobbit again, and today or tonight we're going to talk about what you need to eat while you're training. And I don't mean what you need to eat like during the day while you're training, I mean actually what you need to eat while you are running. So when you get into the long mileages for the marathon and the half marathon, what the rule of thumb is, you drink every 20 minutes and you eat and drink every 40 minutes. That's where you start, but everybody is different. So you start there, and if you see you don't need to drink that often, we still want you to try and drink within a 20 to 25 minute window and I'm not talking about drink a glass of water every time, a couple of good sips. It's really a couple of good swigs to get some water into you, keep you hydrated. The other thing you need to work on doing, and this is one of the reasons we train, is you need to work on what you're going to eat while you're running. And yes, I know that there are people who are incredibly fast and they will finish a marathon in like 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's not me, and I don't think it's a lot of you. It could be, and then you have your own thing, because if you're that fast, you got a coach, a personal coach, and you've got something that you already work with as far as eating and drinking. The rest of us are kind of out here trying to figure out on our own. So you'll hear people talk about GUs, and GU is a brand name, but it's what everybody calls a gel. Here are some of them. This one is an actual GU. This one is too. Got several different flavors here of different things. And what you want to do is about every 40 minutes after you get up to where you're going to be running or walking about 90 minutes, you want to start the first 40 minutes out, you're going to take in some sustenance. Whether it's a gel like this particular one has 150 calories in it for one packet. This one has 100. So we're wanting you to get in about 100 to 160 calories every 40 minutes. And the longer that you're going to be out there running, the more important that's going to be. Because if you were, say you're an 8-hour marathoner, would you sit at your desk all day long and not eat or drink all day long? Most of us, no. So to keep you going really well and not have a crash and run out of energy, we want to start ahead of the game. So 40 minutes out, you'll start taking something. People like these. And what is good about these usually isn't so much. Some of them taste pretty good, some of them don't taste so good, and it's all personal preference. Some of them, it's the texture. A lot of people said it feels really slimy when you're trying to eat this on the go. And one of the reasons people like these is they're very portable. You pull the top off, you squeeze it down, you drink some water, and you're good to go. There are a lot of new things on the market. Right now, there are things like chews. This is a Honey Stinger Chew, but there are all different brands also. GU makes some, Cliff Shots makes some, and these are more of a gummy bear consistency. And this is something that you actually chew and eat rather than just slurping it down. And again, these have 160 calories for the serving size. Yeah, this says there's one serving in here. So you're wanting to eat all of these. And sometimes that's a little harder than you think to actually chew while you're running or walking. Then you have the good old bars. Again, personal preference. A lot of people find these kind of dry when they're trying to run, when they're trying to walk, but then there are a lot of people that don't use anything but this. Just in case you don't want to go with a prepackaged something, there's always the good old standby. You can use a Fig Newton type cookie. Tom runs on these. Many of you have not met Tom. He will not come do. You're not Tom.
Turn those around.
Turn them around.
No, they're upside down.
Turn them around. I'm trying not to do product placement here, you know? Any generic Fig Newton type bar. Fig bar. Anyway, Tom does these when he runs. He finds that they're a lot better on his stomach, and a lot of people will, than the pre-packaged, snotty, gooey stuff. That's what everybody says. Probably shouldn't say that on the video, should I? But anyway, you don't have to buy that at the store. You know, I have to go buy something prepackaged. You can make up your own. I have another runner that runs with peanut butter sandwiches, and she takes bread and cuts the crust off, makes her peanut butter sandwich, and then she takes it and smushes it down as hard as she can, because it's going to look like that after she pulls it out of her pack. So she wants to be prepared that it's already going to look like that. That's the way she packaged it. That works really well for her. It gets a little protein, some carbohydrate, a little bit of fat, and it's something to chew on that's not really, really sweet. Sometimes you get really, really tired of sweet. Now is the time that you need to be incorporating these into your run. And if you're new to all this and you decide to try something, pick one thing and try it on a run. Do not, okay, don't take this and this and this and this, and I'm going to do them all on the same run. Because if you get an upset stomach, which one of these upsets your stomach? Was it this, 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 or just the combination of throwing them all together? So part of training is figuring out what works for you and what does not. Another thing that a lot of people run with are fingerling potatoes. And that's really what they're called. You get them at the grocery store. They're little bitty, about as big as your thumb. You boil them up in salt water and then cool them, and then you can carry them. They're pretty portable, and it's something that is not sweet, and it's also getting some salt in there because you salt them really well. Last but not least, one of the biggest, best training aids. You might want to leave those for after your run, although I do know people who run on candy corn and M&Ms and all kinds of stuff. The point is, everybody is different, and try and figure out what works for you to keep you energized and headed down the road. Talk to you later. Bye. How's that?